Welcome back to Sean's Fit Garage, where we fix cars and we fix ourselves. Once again, the Grand Marquis. Today, what we'll be working on is switching out this lower control arm here, and then the upper control arm up there. What we're using is good old Rock Auto. If you guys need parts, high quality parts, they come in fast. I am not sponsored by Rock Auto. It's just where I get a lot of my parts from. I also got the sway bar links just in case. I might as well be switching these out if I'm switching everything else out. I got Moog. Here's the uppers. Here's the part number for the upper arms. And then here's the lowers right here. And here's the part number for the lower. Yeah, so what's happening with this car is everything's riding good, except for on the highway, when I hit the accelerator hard, the car pulls to the left. And then when I let off the accelerator, the car then pulls to the right. And why that's happening is because the bushings inside of these trailing arms are completely gone. So it's having movement and play like this. So these are coming out. Let's take off these wheels. First thing we want to do, pop off these caps. Next thing we want to do, grab our 21 millimeter. Put it on, make sure we're going the right way. Pop these bad boys off. Another thing that I forgot to mention is one thing you want to do when you're switching out trailing arms is when the car was on the floor, one of the first things I did was I grabbed my measuring tape, and from the center of the bore to the top of the wheel well was 16 inches. So I know that right now this is sitting an inch higher than it would be at ride height. So what I'm gonna wanna do is I'm gonna wanna technically put more weight on the rear end and off the jack so it simulates its actual ride height. By doing this, your back end won't be all jacked up, and it's the best way to get it done. So let's take a little bit of pressure off here. Check that out. We need it 16. Still about an inch too high. There we go. Okay, so now that the car is sitting just about at ride height, it's not exactly perfect. One thing that I want to show you real quick, bring my tripod over here, and to show you, I have two stands underneath the rear end, and I got another stand in the back just for safety. Make sure you're always safe. You never want to get crushed under a car. So let's see. Let's get these bolts out. The one thing about these bolts right here is these bolts have a little holding pin inside the frame. So you only really need to loosen this one. You don't have to worry about holding the bolt in the back. I believe that this is gonna be a 21. And the same for back here, except for the back bolt is an 18. So let's get started on the rear first, and then we'll work our way to the front. Another thing you never want to do is you never want to take off both of these at once. The rear end will shift and it'll be a nightmare to get back. So do it one at a time. I'm gonna start with the lowers and then work my way up to the uppers. Right here, right in there. I know it's a little dark. I should have a flash right here, but I don't. Right here is your bolt. I believe that's an 18. Let's check it out and see if I'm right. Grab an 18. Well, or maybe it's an 18 on the inside. Let's see. That's it. So guys, it's an 18 that goes on the inside. On the outside, right here, I believe it might even be a 21. Let's just check it with this one real quick. And that is a 21. So it's 18 on the inside, 21 on the outside. Let's grab a flashlight real quick. Make this a little better for you guys. Is that blinding you? How can I make this the best for you guys? Okay. Well, switch these around. I'm actually gonna have to move you guys because I gotta slide under the car. So, let's aim you guys here. See if you can still see. Okay, so right there is that bolt. So we're gonna throw the 21 here. We're gonna hit it with the 18 up front. I mean on the inside. Oh, come on, please fit. Oh, God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to slide this back a tiny bit actually. I got the stand a little bit too close. Maybe we could just use this little torque wrench. Take that off. Slide this bolt through. We're gonna take this bolt, clean it up with a wire brush and some brake clean. Make sure it's looking a lot better than it is. Here, let me pull this light down because right now it's dirty. So once again, we're gonna be cleaning this with a wire brush and a little bit of brake clean before we stick this back in. Next, we're gonna be hitting up this bolt. I think this is also a 21. Let's see if it is a 21 just in case, because these damn Fords are all, it's not. Seems like it might be an 18. Let's see if they use any of the same bolts. Okay, so it is an 18. We're gonna do an 18 short on that. And once we break it loose, we're gonna hit it up with a little Milwaukee just to keep it going at a decent pace. A decent pace, guys. It doesn't have to be super quick, but I got a kid. I can't spend all day working on my car. I think my wife would kill me. All right, so let's run an 18 short on it. All right, now it's time to quicken it up. Once you get this out, there is a pin. Oh wait, that's the top one that has the pin in the frame, isn't it? This one actually does have a bolt on the other side. Let's see if it starts spinning or not. Oh no, it does have a pin. It has a locker. And there it goes. So, as you can see, here's the piece that sits in the side of the frame, and it locks it down. Makes things actually quite a bit easier. Let's pull this out. Attach it back into here. This one's actually pretty clean. Still gonna clean it off. Much cleaner than the bottom one though. Let's check out these bushings. Ooh, that's not round anymore, is it, guys? So that's one problem here. Let's check the other side. Same thing. Very much not round. Actual bushing. It's all dry rotted in there. Let's check the back. Same thing. Dry rot. Not circular. Same thing on this side. Whole bunch of dry rot and bent. Got the Moog up on the bench. Got the original. Let's do a quick comparison just to make sure that it's right. Brand new arm. Okay, we saw what that old one was looking like. Now here's the new one. Clearly a regular circle, bushings intact, exactly how it should be. And instead, just to show a quick comparison, look at how trashed that upper one is. God, okay, this should fix what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go grab the brush, get these bolts cleaned off, get to putting it back on the car. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes down to brake cleaner for parts like this, I just get the cheapest stuff I possibly can. Take it, give it a quick spray down. Hit it with a wire brush. Give it one more spray down. Quick wipe off. Get it off. All right. Looking good. Time to put them back on. Let's start with the front first. So I'm just gonna drop this in. Line it up. So what we're gonna do is reach around into the frame, stick that locker. You're gonna wanna hand tighten this just so you don't ruin the threads before you start throwing any form of power tool or even a ratchet, in my opinion. Okay, we locked in. Okay, we are good. Now, let's hit it slowly. We don't want to fully tighten this since we're gonna have to take that rear and make sure we get it in there first. And if you end up tightening this too much, it's gonna make this a real pain in the ass. So let's get this guy going. Can't see it because of the brake. Sometimes filming all this stuff, guys, makes the process quite a bit longer than if you were just doing it strictly to fix it. All right, same thing. Let's give it a little tap. There we go. Throw the nut on. Hand tighten it. Got the 21. Using this right here. Now that it's semi-tight, we're just gonna continue it with a regular ratchet. And then once we get it pretty tightened down, we will torque these puppies. All right. Just so you know, when you're torquing these get torqued down to 111 pounds on both sides. And with the upper, we're gonna do the same exact thing at 111 pounds. So grab the trusty little torque wrench. All right, that's 111 right there. Do the same thing for the front. All right, let's just double check. Okay, we're at 110. For this top one, guys, on the outside, we got an 18. On the interior, we're using a 15. Alrighty. Just back that out because this also clearly has a bolt that helps itself by actually sitting on the shaft. Let's take a look at this bolt. Wow, this one's actually pretty clean. Nice. I always take my bolts, just thread them back into the nut, just so I know which bolt stays with which nut. Then, I'm gonna do the same thing with this front. Hopefully the rear end doesn't shift too much. Let's take a quick look. Ooh, it's pretty clean. This one's also pretty clean. Take this out. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh, this one is doing very bad. Completely deteriorated. Let's take a look at this side. Also, ooh, look at the gaps in there. Jeez. You wonder why my car was shifting, or this car was shifting. I guess it's not my car, it's a car that I'm trying to sell. But this is why I do what I do when I'm selling cars, guys, because I wouldn't feel comfortable selling a family or just a single person, whoever gets this car. I would not feel comfortable knowing that they had this going on in the back end and it could possibly kill them on the road. It's ridiculous. And it's really not expensive. And doing this for me, this is fun. It's my hobby. I also get to make these videos for you guys, so it's enjoyable. Let's go grab the new one. We'll be doing the same thing, just checking out the box, making sure that your parts all match up. Oh, no tape. Just pull this open, slide it out. All right, a new piece. Just in case if you guys wanted to see it, there it is. I already showed it in the beginning, but you always want to make sure things match up. Same size. Once again, going from very unsafe to very safe. You can't feel bad about that. Let's go put these on. We're gonna go in the same order as before. Throwing the top one on first. Just gonna line this up. Same thing as the bottom. Hand tighten it in so you don't strip anything. Get all those threads going through. Stick this back through. Give it a couple taps. Nothing major. Slide that back on. We're gonna have to crank these down also to 110. So, let's not waste time. Let's see if I could at least get it at around 50 by hand. That's that one. Hand tightened. Let's knock this one back down. Snug it up. All right, that's snugged up. So we're gonna hit 110 here on this puppy again. Bring this out actually a little bit. I need a little bit more room, guys. I'm sorry, but you can see what I'm doing. All right, just double check. Front, done. Let's get this back. Back end done now. All right. Let's just double check that. All right, 110 there too. Let's put the wheel back on. Didn't realize my phone died, but got it back on the floor, torqued the lugs down to 100 foot-pounds. Now, just sticking the cap back on. And we're done. So we got this side done. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, finish this off. I hope this helped you guys. If you want more videos, watch the next one. We're gonna do more, and it's gonna be a new car.